We're here now. We're here now, folks. You know what I mean? We're here now. We're going to have a good time, but, we got to start heavy. We do have to start heavy. Um, Everyone get in here. We got to start heavy, dude. I'm sorry. Sorry to say. Let's get this going. Let's get it going. Let's go. Come on. Hope everyone's having a good Sunday. Here I am again. Haven't missed a Sunday since I started this. All right? Since I started this, I have not missed a Sunday. Okay? And that's that, dude. Talk to my lawyers. You know what I mean? Talk to my lawyers, dude. I have a Dr. Pepper here, not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. What up, Paul? Look, man. I'm as much as a parasocial being could be, I am devastated. I'm very sad. Very, very sad. First of all, Aldon Smith passed away at 36 years old. 49er, just all pro, incredibly high peak. Rookie year had 14 sacks, 19 and a half sacks second year. And then the demons caught up to him and couldn't get right. After that, a few years later, he was released. He took like a 4 or 5 year hiatus from the NFL. He came back, played a season with the Cowboys, which I hate, I hate that part. But it's just sad, man. It's just so sad. I don't know, man. I mean, for his peak, he, one of my favorite players to ever watch. I mean, just an absolute beast. And it was one of those things where every few years it just felt like he would just pop up in the news, another DUI, another silly mistake. And it just, I don't know. It's just such a bummer. And the thing is, I'm no stranger to the demons, I'm no stranger to the demons, folks. And it's one of the reasons that I don't drink. I don't do substances. I don't do anything besides caffeine. And I actually probably shouldn't even be having this because I had a Red Bull this morning. So that literally caffeine is my one vice, my one substance. And part of that is because I saw, what substances did to other people and my own family even. So I know those demons, and I know the demons of depression and all that. And I talked about it on this live stream a couple years ago that I finally had to go get help and talk to someone, and started taking something that's helped a lot, helped, settle me down, keep me from spiraling and stuff. But yeah, I just say all that to say that, like many 49er fans, I just always hoped that he would figure it out and turn it around. And every once in a while we get like a hopeful little update, about him. And he was just at rookie camp last week. And I guess right before he passed, he actually gave out food to the homeless. He was with someone doing some charity work. And so I don't know what happened past that. But yeah, man, Aldon Smith just, one of the things too about him was like, I I had just been thinking about him recently where I'm like, man, that's a former player I really want to see like show up to Levi's and be embraced, and cuz the fan base still loved him, like even despite all his problems and stuff, people would only talk about the positive stuff. Like, man, if only like he was on a Hall of Fame trajectory, all this stuff. Like people didn't have disdain for him. Um So I don't remember seeing him at any recent games or anything. Maybe I missed one, but I was thinking, I was like, man, it'd be really dope if Aldon Smith showed up and like he got to feel the crowd's love and people got to tell him how much they appreciated him. Um, and yeah, I was just like, man, it'd be dope to see him there. So I Googled him like probably a few weeks ago, and I saw the article from like 2024 that was he did an interview about like what he learned from his whole career and all this, and so I really, yeah, it was one of those people I always definitely, had a soft spot for. And yeah, man, it's just sad, bro. 36 years old, and one thing I was thinking today, and I think I've thought about it before, but I never really like sat and thought about it like I did today. Because when he would go through troubles and whatever he was going through, I don't know anything about his family, and I don't remember ever seeing his family. I don't remember, he was drafted late, so I don't even remember seeing like a draft day thing. Like I don't know. Like I don't remember seeing his family ever. I don't know anything about his family. And I always had this idea of him as being like alone. And I don't know, maybe I'm totally wrong on that, but that's how it always felt, that like maybe he didn't have much family, he didn't have that support system, or he came in a tumultuous situation. But I just felt like I I don't know. I don't know if that's I'm connecting the dots there, if I'm just totally off there, but it just didn't feel like, it just felt like he was always alone. Um but again, I might be totally wrong. I don't know. But I think that was one of the reasons that I kind of had empathy for him throughout the years too, is because I always felt that like this dude's alone, like going through what he's going through his issues, internal conflicts and whatnot, and fighting those demons. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but whatever, man. I hope it was peaceful, and I hope, I hope it wasn't anything painful or anything like that. But I will always hold his time with the 49ers in high regard, and I will cherish those highlights and those moments. And I remember how much fun it was being there, and rooting for him each play. So yeah, rest in peace, Aldon Smith, man. Gone way too soon. And just, yeah. And I hope his legacy can be used, the silver lining. I hope his legacy can be used, to help other people and hopefully prevent other situations as well. Were you at the World Cup game? Nah, I haven't gone to a World Cup game. And then the second blow today, as you can see up there, Oliver Tree died in a helicopter accident in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And man, this one hit me hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the thing is, I barely listen to his music. Like, I got his recent album. Well, it came out like a month ago, and I had it on shuffle a little bit, so I've been playing it a little bit, but I was not a huge Oliver Tree like music guy. Like, I would watch his music videos occasionally because they were so crazy creative and amazing. But my thing with Oliver Tree was he was like a guest on some podcast sometimes. and especially the H3 podcast, which I used to watch every episode of the H3 podcast. They got in a whole bunch of drama this past year, so I stopped watching. But I used to watch every episode. Dr. Pepper, everybody, not sponsored by the Canby. But Oliver Tree would be a guest, and him and Ethan Klein would go back and forth, just hating on each other. Just like in the, it was a bit, it was a comedy bit, and they would just like trash each other, and it was just so funny. And so that's kind of why I liked Oliver Tree. I was like, dude, this dude is such a fun energy. He's hilarious. Like, he's self-aware. Which was funny because I saw some comments like, well, I don't know why people are so terrible, but like, if you didn't know Oliver Tree, he would always have like funny style, like funny hairstyles, funny clothes. He kind of did this character where he would have like crazy bowl cut with like a mullet. And some guy left a comment on one of the memorial posts and said like, he should have been worried about their haircut more than helicopters, something like that, like something really terrible. I'm just like, do you not, like, people like that don't realize they are the ones like telling on themselves? Like, you don't get it. You don't get it. Like, you are a cardboard cutout of a person where the first thought is, oh, that's a silly haircut, let me trash that. Not realizing that maybe this guy's self-aware and he knows it's a silly haircut and there's a reason behind it, or like there's a vision. Anyways, people are just weird like that. But anyways, yeah, so I was kind of a fan of his based on just like his podcast appearances and stuff. And then when it came to his music and his art, he was he thought very much like I do. So like when I rant on here, about like the creative side of things or like the influencers and stuff like that, like he was very much in line with the way I felt, which is why one of the reasons I liked him so much too. And his music is amazing. It was just it's not really my style that much. Like it's great, but it's just, I listen to different kinds of music. So I would have it on shuffle and stuff, but I never really like sought it out. But he was just so talented in his music videos. He would like direct all his music videos. He did everything for his own vision, which, I love. That's one of my things, I'm very hands-on and kind of do everything just like that. So, it was just something I really appreciated. And he was only 31 years old, so it's like, oh my God, And I I don't know. I don't even know what to think about it. But here, I want to read this post he put out like recently. See if I can find it. Trash human beings already dead and you gotta make fun of them. Yeah, and just stupid. They have a photo of the helicopter. There's like videos of the crash site. It was pretty horrific. The whole thing's on fire. It landed in like a parking lot with a whole bunch of cars, and yeah, it looked pretty bad. This is a post that he made recently that I just wanted to read because it was really like poignant and like kind of how I feel. So I spent the past year traveling 72 different countries across all 7 continents to record my debut album titled Love You Madly, Hate You Badly. That's the one, or that was his first one, sorry. I wrote and produced all the music 100% by myself in hotel rooms with one goal: to go back to the way I used to make music. Before people on the internet watched my every move, before money was a part of the equation, and before all the pressure that came with being an artist and public figure. Music has always consumed my entire existence, but the current internet climate rewards the promotion of art more than the art itself. It's drained my soul. Stepping away from the noise to explore and record this album has shown me just how much beauty is jam-packed in every corner of this earth. I've connected and shared moments with people of all walks of life, and it's reinstalled my trust in humanity. It filled my heart with hope. After logging off, I feel brand new and I can't wait to share my perspective with you. Thank you to every one of you who followed me along with me and my music at any point in my journey. I can't wait to take you on this next adventure. Um, and you know, that that's 100% how I feel about stuff where you guys know I always complain about the algorithm and I work so hard on videos and then it doesn't get any traction and Oliver Tree was right. Like the the way the algorithms are, the way social media is, you have to be better at promotion than the next guy, not necessarily better at the art, right? So what blows up is not the best art, it's the best promotion of art. Um so yeah, that's one of the reasons that Oliver Tree I thought was really dope. And he just posted a video from Rio where he's like goofing off and like with this other influencer that's from Brazil. It's just like, dang, man, 31 years old. Like, it's just so sad. So, if you guys haven't checked out Oliver Tree, his music's amazing. His videos are amazing. They're humorous. They're creative. They are, I mean, when it comes to that style of like music or just artistry, I don't know if there's anyone else as prolific that I can ever think of. Like other artists have done similar styles, very surreal kind of like music videos or branding or whatever you want to call it, his creative looks, but he just did so much. It was like he pumped them out, and it was like I don't think anyone's ever matched that. So he was just really dope. And yeah, just man, appreciate people, appreciate people while they're here. And rest in peace, Oliver Tree. Thank you for all the laughs and appearances, and now I really got to deep dive into his catalog. I'm sure like I said, I wasn't a huge on his music, so like I'm sure there's some gems I missed. So I gotta go back and check that. But yeah, he was awesome. So rest in peace, Aldon Smith. Rest in peace, Oliver Tree. Two big losses in the world, Yeah. But yeah, let's it's already 100 degrees in here. I forgot this is the first really hot Sunday night live stream of the year, and I forgot I do have an AC unit here and I did not run it. That was a mistake. That was a huge mistake. Huge blunder on my part, folks. Okay? But yeah, rest in peace, Oliver Tree, man. Rest in peace, Aldon Smith. I'm gutted. And I hope the 49ers do something cool for Aldon Smith this season. Like I said, his legacy to me can do so much good. And I hope, I mean, the organization is the front runner of someone who should use his legacy for good. Like they should do something, man, whether it's a program, whether it's, I don't know, outreach. There's a big opportunity here, and I hope they take it. McDonald's, no. Do you send out notifications that you went live? Try to help you, but it looks like we have a slow start. Nah, I never do, dude. I gave up. I gave up. This channel's dying, like I said last week. The channel's a failure. It's never gonna blow up. It is what it is, dude. We have a small crew, a good crew that shows up and takes part, and that's good enough. This channel is dead in the water. So I don't even post that I'm going live. It's all good. But Dr. Pepper, everybody, but not sponsored. Dr. Pepper, if anyone's out there, you want to sponsor a dying channel, business email in the description. Vitamin to Vegemin, folks. What else? All right. Now I got the sad stuff out of the way. Let's talk NBA basketball. Oh, right. I have a bunch of stuff to show you guys today, so I might just rifle through some of this stuff. Um, um well, NBA champs. Look at this Knicks shirt. I really like this championship shirt they put out. They were all wearing it after. It's like a streetwear style design. I love it. I love it. Now, I don't like, that Fanatics has anything to do with this stuff, but it is what it is. Um, but look, man, 53 years. 53 years and the Knicks did it. So, uh, pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. I was rooting for the Knicks just because I didn't want the Spurs to get another one. I didn't want Wemby to just walk in to the league and get one in just a few years. I didn't feel like he paid his dues. um, and I really didn't like when people were talking about the Western Conference Finals was the real finals because, look, man, I've been saying this a lot. The NBA is weak right now. It's incredibly weak. And the Knicks are one of the few teams that's actually a credible team. So they deserved it. I think they were definitely the best team all around. And it's a weak league, so to say that I think was disrespectful. Am I back? Am I back? Are we back, folks? Are we back? What happened to my camera? Started tripping. Are we back though? Are we back? That's all I need to know. Okay, dude, my whole computer crashed. I'm happy it let's get some color. Why is it all blue? My whole computer crashed and luckily it restarted in time where it didn't kill the whole stream. Cuz basically they give you a little bit of time to restart the stream and if you don't, you're done, dude. Oh, wow. Yeah, whole freaking computer. Just like blue screen of death basically. Um all right. What the heck was I talking about? Oh, the Knicks. The Knicks won 53 years. I don't know why there's all these stripes now on my camera. It was doing this a couple weeks ago too, but whatever. At least we're back. And it's 100 degrees. There's a newscast that's literally live streaming Trump 24/7 just in case he gets what? The hat is trash, man. I mean, 50 years they get a trash hat. It's not fair. Wait. I think I'm okay with the hat, but where'd it go? Did I got rid of the hat? Hold on. Everything crashed, so sorry. I'm reeling now. See if I can find it again. I thought I was okay with the hat. I don't think it's the best, but speaking of trash hats, look at this. Look at the quality control on some of these new era hats. Just white brim everywhere. Ignore the zit. But look at that. Just side profile, just white. And then it was this too. Look, I think it's on this side. Look, if I wear it backwards, just white. Ignore the zit. But look at that. So I don't even really wear this hat very much. I just grabbed it because it was there. But that's what we get. That's what capitalism gets you, folks. Vote for me. Not dropping out of the race. All right, hold on. Where is this? All right, Paul doesn't like this hat. I don't mind the hat. I'm okay with the hat. Yeah, I'm okay with the hat. It's not definitely not my favorite, but I don't think it's that bad. But I love the shirt. Absolutely love the shirt. Oh, I love it. Um, but the Knicks did it. I kind of didn't think that they would ever. You know, I kind of thought they never would do it. If you want my honest opinion, um, and I think it's cool that the NBA has had 8 different champions the last 8 years. I think that's really cool. Again, I do think it's a weak league, and I think the NBA has a lot of problems that are mounting. But that is cool. That is definitely cool. Um, New era sucks. It does. It just looks weird. They put a square in the middle. Yeah. I mean, it's like a shield, I guess. I don't know. Shot simple. What up? Um, but yeah, man. Jalen Brunson, cool story, man. Like, um, you know, to be counted out and all that, and be undersized and all that, and carry a team. It was great. The legendary comeback, one of the most entertaining finals games I've ever watched in my life. Um, I love OG Anunoby now. I'm like a big fan of him now. He beat us in 2019, but it's all good. Um, he, he's he was, I don't know, he just showed out. He just did his thing, and uh, I was gonna look something up. I just opened this. I don't remember. Um, what else? I don't mind the celebrities. I know some people hate it. I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cool sometimes. But I'm also just a nice guy. Remind me of LeBron's Heat blowing all those fourth quarter leads versus the Mavs. Fiance is from New York and is a huge sports fan, so it's cool watching her get excited about the Knicks. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, man. Knicks do have like really passionate fans, and so it's cool when a team has a long drought like that and they finally do it. I can't help but tip my cap, tip my poorly constructed, no quality control New Era hat. Um, that said, the fans that were attacking the Spurs fans, just get out of here, dude. It's just so stupid. And I do, I usually, I'm not the type to root for the law, but I do hope they get in trouble. Um, like just ridiculous behavior. And it's like, you can be passionate, you can be aggressive, but like to actually put your hands on people, it's just stupid. Um, I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that at all. It was over the line. Um, But I here's the thing, man. Like people will be like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely not rooting for the Knicks now or whatever." But here's the thing: like every sports fan base has that element of their fan base. Every single one, except for maybe like OKC Thunder, because it's just weird. They're just out there. They're just out there, and then. But like every other fan base, man, has that. Like I've seen plenty of Norteños trying to jump people at 49er games. You know what I mean? um, but it still was terrible. The person throwing an egg at Wemby, just absolute trash. Just a trash person, whoever did that. Um, just yeah, ridiculous behavior, dude. Ridiculous behavior, as Norm Macdonald would say. Thought the Canucks riots were bad. Well, I mean, San Francisco Giants fans, we did burn a city bus. You know, I think was it the Canucks? I think they burned a bus too. I want to say it was the Canucks. Speaking of quality control, do you see that ref's foot went through his Nike boot? No, I didn't see that. What about all the crazy fans that basically tore down the streets and bashed in a couple school buses? Any comments on that? I didn't see that, but yeah, those are bozos too. Um, nah, yeah, I didn't see that. Why do people hurt people rooting for the same team? Um, wait, what do you mean? Does Knicks fans attack Spurs fans, or do you mean like burning things down? I mean that those people, the people burning stuff, they're not doing it because of the team. They're doing it because the mob of people, like they're not, they're just people looking for chaos. We did it for fun though. These guys not as dangerous. Um, yeah, it's stupid. Have fun. I remember 2012 World Series. When we swept the Tigers, I was at Civic Center in San Francisco, and it was a sea of people, of course. In 2010, we had burned a bus and did all this crazy stuff. So I was parked in the Civic Center parking garage, which is underneath. It's an underground garage. So after Romo strikes out Miggy looking, we're going crazy. I'm trying not to cry. We're celebrating. Like 15 minutes later, I was told the people I was with, I was like, all right, we're out of here. And got my car and left the city. Like literally we went to TGI Fridays in San Mateo because I was like, I want a victory steak. And that was the only place I could think of that would be like easy to get a steak late at night. So I got the Jack Daniel's steak in celebration of us winning 2012. But I got out of there because I'm like, nah, bro. I'm not getting my car Molotov cocktailed. Didn't some Knicks fans get stabbed last night? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. I don't understand why people can't celebrate without destroying stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, have fun, but this boot was literally on his ankle shin. Dang, I didn't see that. Carolina Hurricanes won. Wait, the Hurricanes won? What? When did the game end? I totally forgot the game. I was gonna put it on earlier. I saw that it was on today. Dude, all right, that's dope because I definitely didn't want the Golden Knights to get another one. Um, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Because at first I was like, I don't really care, but then the more it went on, I was like, dude, I can't. I don't. Yeah, I hate the Golden Knights. Dang, nice. I didn't realize 2 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago, people were posting it. Yeah, so it just happened. Dang, I'm watching I'm watching them raise the cup right now. Nice. Yeah, I'm glad the Golden Knights didn't win. That's dope, man. Congrats. Should have been the Avs. Know your logo guy. Can we talk about how terrible the World Cup logo is? Let me see. I don't even. Oh, I did see this. Yeah, it's pretty bland. It's pretty bland. This right here. Oops. Yeah. It's not even like done well, which is the thing. Like, I don't know why the trophy wouldn't be like. Why wouldn't they make the trophy like a drawing or something instead of just looking like it's just copy and pasted on there? I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty trash. This one would be better. I honestly I never really liked these ones. Um, I always felt like the World Cup logos were kind of eh. These old ones are dope. Oh, I haven't seen some of these old ones. I probably have at some point, but I love the Argentina 78. Um, man, where's the? Oh yeah, 94. Man, this one brings me back. The nostalgia of seeing this is crazy. Um, Mexico 86 is dope. 2002 is okay. I think the Russian one is ugly to me. And I just don't like the hands in the Brazil one. España 88 is dope. I don't know. I honestly I feel like there's none that stand out to me as like being really good though. But I mean this year's is definitely a step below cuz it's like they didn't even try. They just photoshopped the trophy over a block 2-6. It's weird. You need to go to a World Cup game. I can't spend the money. Um. Anyways, what was I gonna talk? Oh yeah, so the Knicks. I love seeing Mike Brown win it all, and it's another reason, another moment for us to laugh at poverty franchises that when it's their own doing, like the Sacramento Kings. And here's the thing, dude. I'm not a Kings hater. I know the Kings and Warriors have had this weird kind of sibling rivalry for a long time, and then it heated up a couple years ago. I think my camera's tripping. Oh, this is why. There we go. Okay, now it's fixed. But I gotta adjust it. That's a little better. When my computer crashed, it reset the settings. I don't hate the Kings, and like I said when I did all those Kings videos and the Arco Arena video, like I like to see the Kings succeed. I think it's fun when the Kings are good. I think it's good for sports in general. I think it's good for the NBA when a team like the Kings is good. When a team that's considered like a small market or alternate market almost like is good. I think it's a benefit to everyone. And I just I enjoy Kings history. I enjoy a lot about it. I think they have a good fan base. So I'm not a Kings hater. But what I am is a billionaire hater. And Vivek is a bozo. And there's a reason poverty franchises stay poverty franchises because they make stupid reactionary moves. And firing Mike Brown a year removed from Coach of the Year award, and then a year after that, he takes a team to the NBA Finals. It's just beautiful, and it's just good to feel right. It's good to feel correct in everything I said about that move, about that team. And so laugh at Vivek and all these other incompetent billionaires that don't deserve to actually own a team or to call the shots. It's a bunch of bozos, dude. Such a stupid move. Such a stupid move. And I think it's hilarious that they seemingly chose De'Aaron Fox's side over Mike Brown's, and then they trade De'Aaron Fox anyways. And then the Spurs give him a fat contract. Or did they give him the contract or did they inherit it from the Kings? I don't even remember. But either way, he's on a fat contract. And it's funny to me because it shows you to me the problem with not just GMs but fans in general. I've rallied on forever, but just assessing like a player based on just scoring ability is so stupid. And yet everyone does it. It's just like in baseball, they will overvalue people that hit home runs. Dude, what? Just a random $50, dude? I appreciate you though, man. I'm glad you're here. Um uh What was I saying? Yeah. It's like if you just overvalue a player because he just hits home runs, but then he strikes out all the time. Shohei Ohtani. And it's like that. So in basketball, they overvalue pure scorers or like people who can create their own shot and just scoring ability. And obviously, that's one of the most important things in basketball, obviously, but it's a much more complex game than that. So it's funny to me because it's a perfect example because on a team like the Kings, De'Aaron Fox could look really good because he can score, he can create shots, all this, right? It's a different game when you're in the NBA Finals. It's a different game when you're deep into the playoffs. Now it's not just shoot around. It's not the middle of the season where people are figuring things out and trying different lineups and not playing as hard. Now it's all hands on deck, all the focus, all the pressure. And suddenly you got to do more than just score. And then when you can't handle the pressure, you can't score either. And now what do you got? Nothing. There was plenty of times where someone like Klay Thompson would maybe have an off shooting night, but he was a plus defender. So he still helped the team. But then you got people like James Harden, right? There's a reason he hasn't won it all. There's a reason Luka hasn't won it all. Because you need to do more than that. And I'm gonna scream this from the heavens forever. Never has someone who's just a killer on the offensive end, but a liability on the defensive end, ever won a championship. Never, dude. Okay? That's why Luka, James Harden, these people, De'Aaron Fox, they should be Danny Green, dude. They should be a shooter coming off the bench when you need a bucket. Luka should be a third option somewhere. He should be Klay Thompson somewhere, and then he might have a championship. Carmelo should have been a third option. You try to build a team around Carmelo, you don't win nothing. This goes for all those guys. Goes for T-Mac, goes for Reggie Miller. They never win nothing. Okay? When you're defensive liability, you got to do more to win championship, dude. And the thing is, people will bring up Steph, but Steph gives incredible effort on the defensive side. His only issue defensively is that he's undersized. But he doesn't half-ass it like Luka or Harden. But De'Aaron Fox, great scorer, can't really facilitate well, doesn't play defense that well. So yeah, in Sacramento, dude, you could get buckets and be a star and light the beam during the regular season. But you get in the finals, it's different. Things have changed. And I just love being correct all the time, dude. Oh, talk to my lawyers. Dr. Pepper, everybody. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. You know? World Cup games look fairly sold out, and I don't think in Levi's Stadium. Seemed like the Kings fans talking trash a couple years ago after finally being good. Yeah, 100%. Those fans, I talked about that when it happened, but I was just like, bro, act like you've been here before. You can't win 2 games in a 7-game series and act like you just won a championship. He's playing against the Star Garden. Fox was traded away. The year before, AC Hollywood traded. Yeah, exactly. Shohei is the GOAT. No, he's not. Hurricanes just won the cup. They sure did. Until now, I don't remember what that was in response to. KD won't win without the Warriors. Yeah, that's a good one. The thing is, KD is a great defender when he actually tries. He just doesn't always try. You know, he saves his energy. To be fair, Fox isn't the focal point of that team. Maybe third. Some would argue fourth behind Castle. Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point. I just don't think when the lights are bright, he wasn't ready. That's kind of my point. Anyone who says Steph's just a shooter scorer knows zero about Curry. Yeah, Steph is one of the most active players on the court, whether he has the ball or not. And the funny thing is about that, the Warriors, when they're at their worst, is when Steph is playing ISO hero ball or playing like James Harden or Luka, where it's just him at the top. Everyone makes space and he just tries to create a shot. That's when the Warriors suck. That's when you know the Warriors season is going bad, when that's how they're playing. And then he does the same stuff they do and he tries to foul bait. And instead of focusing on getting a good shot off, he focuses on trying to draw the foul. He doesn't have a whistle. He has the worst whistle a superstar's ever had because the referees are the worst and we need robo refs right away. He doesn't get the whistle and he doesn't get a good shot off. And that's when the Warriors are struggling. Yeah? Fox made a terrible decision to try to lay it up in the closing seconds. Yeah, that was awful. Can you say I'm a Yankees #1 fan? No. Speaking of Levi's Stadium, see the white sheet over logo? Yeah. I did see Levi's made that their like profile picture on social media, which is funny. But anyways, lights are bright and suddenly the Spurs weren't ready. And Wemby wasn't ready either. And this is my hot take on Wemby, okay? Now, I said Wemby before he was drafted, or when he was drafted, whatever. I said I thought he was going to be a bust. I thought he wasn't going to be able to adjust to the speed of the NBA. I thought his body wouldn't hold up. He bulked up. He did adjust to the speed of the NBA. He's a great player. So I was wrong about that. But I don't think I was as wrong as I thought. He gets by on his size and athleticism. If he was 6'5", I don't think he'd be in the NBA. And for that reason, I don't trust him. He missed a lot of high pressure free throws. He missed a lot of shots that needed to go in. He was whiny about it. He was arrogant after wins and losses. And in the press conference, he just said like, oh, it sucks that it's going to take a year for us to get back. It's going to take 100 games to get back to that. Like he didn't want to play the 100 games. It's like, dude, there's no guarantee you'll ever be back, dude. Do you know how hard it is? Do you know how hard it is to get back, dude? And this is a guy who's coasted because of his size and athleticism. He coasted. And so, yeah. So, obviously, his size and the athleticism at that size still puts him in the upper tier of basketball players. But if he doesn't have that, he's not that great. Honestly, I don't know if he's even NBA worthy if it wasn't for the size and athleticism. Decision making, throwing the ball at Stephon Castle's back, the way he leads, pushing his teammates to get in position, and just being like arrogant about it. I just don't believe in him. I don't believe in him. But hopefully he figures it out, because I'm not rooting against him at all. I do not prey on anyone's downfall. I'm just calling it how I see it, folks. Dr. Pepper, everybody, not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. All right, so talk to my lawyers. If you got an issue with that, they can draft up paperwork right now. I will debate it in court. Fox cost them the finals. That was the end of game 4 when you just dribbled out the ball. Yeah, that was such a bad decision. Screw Levi Stadium. Who cares? Dude. It's always insane how Curry stole the spotlight from Harden, Westbrook, and KD as a star player. He did. Closeout game was... game 5 wasn't as entertaining. The rest of the series was way more entertaining. But I still thought it was a really fun series, and it kind of, to me, it restored the feeling. Besides game 5, it restored the feeling of old basketball, and I enjoyed it immensely. They were physical, they were getting into it, they were scrapping. Yeah, I liked it a lot. And then the Knicks, man, it was fun. And I thought it was interesting. I used to be a cat hater, okay? Karl Anthony Towns used to annoy me to no end. I thought he was whiny. I didn't think he had the drive or the dog in him to do it. And I thought the Timberwolves would finally win without him there. But But it turns out going to the Knicks was the best thing that ever happened to him. He got that dog in him, man. Like it's like he grew up. He grew up. He stopped being so whiny. He started being more like fiery over whiny. And he had every right to be whiny. They were calling some ticky-tack fouls on him. He was in foul trouble every game. What game was it? He had 2 fouls in the first couple minutes, like back to back, and then one of them shouldn't have even been a foul. But like, yeah, going to the Knicks was the best thing to happen to him. Now I'm like a Cat fan now. I used to be a Cat hater, but he won me over, man. I love to see it, and it reminded me a lot, which is funny, because Andrew Wiggins was the same thing. Andrew Wiggins was kind of the same way, not as whiny, but just like he wasn't mature, and he was kind of like, he seemed scared before. He seemed scared with the Cavs and with the Timberwolves, and he came to the Warriors. It was the best thing. All of a sudden, he had this passion and this aggression, and you know, that dunk over Luka. Oh, it's beautiful. And so it's funny to me that 2 of the people that Jimmy Butler called soft on the Timberwolves ended up going somewhere that got him right and got him a championship. So shout out Cat, man. Love to see it. And maybe Wemby will do the same thing, right? Because Wemby to me is just immature and like whiny. And the way he said, like, see you never when he left the press conference. Like, did you just say you're never going back to the finals? Or are you just being a baby? I don't know. I feel like Wemby could be one of the greatest players of all time when all things are said and done. I mean, he had, because of his physical gifts, but like, he's not that great of a player. Like, he's obviously an incredible basketball player. Remember, this is not a binary argument. I'm just saying if he wasn't such an anomaly physically, I don't even know if he'd make the NBA. He might be in the G League. I don't know. He does seem a typical arrogant French person. Yeah, and to be honest, I didn't even get that from him before. And it's like the more I see him in the NBA, I'm like, dude, this dude's super arrogant. Will my Bills win the AFC East this year? They better. Dude, if the Bills don't, I don't know if I want to say win it all, but if they don't have a crazy year, heads are going to roll, man. They already fired their coach. I don't know if they get rid of Josh Allen, but they literally, especially because they're new owners, they don't know what they're doing, right? Just like Vivek, they're bozos. Because all the owners are bozos when it comes down to it. Just some owners are less bozos and they will trust their GM or, their staff. I don't know about these new Bills owners. How, so far, I thought firing the coach was a stupid move. I don't know. But I could see them being reactionary, and out of all the disappointments year after year after year, you get the new stadium, you're going to have a new coach, all this stuff. And then if you still just fall flat on your face, these owners might make some really rash decisions. That's what I think will happen. Got arrogant because he humiliated OKC. That's what you think? I could see that. Oh, yeah. Peebo Bryson, man. R.I.P. Peebo Bryson was incredible. I still think Cat is all of that. He's Cat, but I think he suppressed it enough, Wiggins is still, I think Wiggins went back to that kind of, it feels like, but he got some fire on him with the Warriors, and it was enough to, make him a solid contributor. So I'm at Yoshi's 2 times. Dope. What's up, Dave? I never got to see Peebo Bryson, but incredibly talented. One of the best voices ever, man. Cat is still a skirt. Is that Aussie slang? Thoughts on the new Highmark Stadium? It looks really cool. I think I showed you guys my drone shots that I took a couple weeks ago. If not, I'll show you again real quick. And then I do have a special guest I got to call in a moment. But anyway, my thing is just congrats to the Knicks. I like seeing a team win that hasn't won it in a long time. And like I said before, if they do win it all, I know the fans are going to be insufferable for a long time. I mean, we're never going to hear the end of this one. We're never gonna hear the end of this one. The Knicks fans they're gonna be saying this is one of the best teams of all time. They're gonna say they would beat the 2017 Warriors, 96 Bulls. Like Knicks fans are gonna be the worst, but they're Knicks fans. You gotta accept that's how it is, and it's just fun. Just have fun with it. You should wear a Bills jersey or a Cowboys jersey at a 49ers game. Why would I do that? You never heard someone called a skirt before? Not like in that context. Like not phrased that way. Yeah, here's the shot I took a couple weeks ago. As you can see, the Bills, the Buffalo statues aren't there yet. They got this little mini field on the outside for, I guess, fan games or something. I really like the kind of gradient. It's not even a gradient. Speckled seats is really cool. Really cool and different. And it gives the stadium some pizzazz when it's empty, makes it look special. Now the outside of it, I'll be honest, the outside, I'm iffy about it. I really want to see it at night lit up. Because on the outside, I'm like, I did like it a lot better now that I saw it with the logos on the outside. Because when I was there last time, there was no logos, so it really looked like a big data center or something. So the logos look better. This glass wasn't there last time I was there, so the glass on both sides looks better. I kind of wish like the roof was like a different color or something just to make it less like just gray. I think that's what it is. I think it's the color really kind of bothers me. But these metal slats or whatever you want to call it down the side, they have little holes in it that's the same shape as their logo stripe, and it's supposed to like let out some light. So like at night it might glow, like during a game it might glow from the outside and look really cool. So I do want to see that. Um but yeah, it is crazy, the seeing how stadiums change over time. So Mark, I miss it. It looks like UFC at the White House is on. Yeah, I think that is on. I wouldn't watch that. I would say Knicks had one of the best postseason runs. Definitely not one of the best teams of all time. Yeah, their postseason run was incredible. I love this Knicks team. I really do. This Knicks team is dope. I really enjoy them. Jose Alvarado, like being from New York. There's a lot. There's a lot to like. Regardless of how some of the fans act, but we're gonna have to hear about it for a long time. And that's just part of the game, man. They're gonna bring it up forever. They're gonna be like Phillies, or not Phillies, but Philly fans. They're gonna bring up their whatever championship. They're gonna bring it up forever. Uh, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do it on this stream, but in the Discord we were doing a video chat earlier today, talking about the best patches of all time. So join the Discord and show your favorite patches of all time, because I was thinking the Candlestick Park Tell It Goodbye patch is one of my favorite patches. I think it's really hard to beat. You got to put it up there as one of the best. And that, I was just thinking about that. We were talking about the best patches, and so yeah, we can have that discussion on one of these live streams or on the in the Discord. Hold on a second. Missing the moment. Missing the moment. Missing the moment. Ah. Allianz Stadium in Germany, one of the best stadiums of all time. All right, let me look it up. Wait, why is there two different ones? Allianz Arena? In Munich? Yeah, okay. All right. Special guest didn't answer, so we're gonna have to wait. Yeah, that's pretty cool. See, I'm hoping the Bills Stadium it kind of glows like this. It won't glow to the same level because it's a different design, but yeah, the slats in the side right here are supposed to let out some light, so it might look really cool at night. But man, that's wild, huh? It's crazy how there's like no. What is this? A parking garage under? Like, what is this? I'm trying to. It's weird because like there's no added buildings. Like there's no. It reminds me of an old school arena where it's just you just walk in, there's concessions inside, and then just the arena, and that's it. You know? I don't know. That looks cool though. Looks really cool. Levi Stadium needs a cover like this. You know? That's what we need. All right, while we wait for the special guest, look at this thing I found. I don't even know where this is. It looks like an airport or a mall. Look at this. I'm gonna turn on the audio so you can hear it. Look at this creepy John Elway, dude.
There's no easy road to being a great football player, whatever level it is. You got to be committed to it, and you got to work at it. And again, I would go back and say, don't be afraid to fail.
Where does anyone know where this is? I just stumbled on this video. I don't think that this can't be at the stadium. I don't think they have a big indoor space like that in the stadium. Is this at the Denver airport or something? Like, where is this? It's nowhere near Stanford or anything. Where else would he have a connect? I mean, it has to be like the Denver airport or a mall in Denver. But I'm going to play it again because, oh my God. It's like
There's no easy road to be.
It's like a cheap version of the Hall of Presidents, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln.
Being a great football player, whatever level it is, you got to be committed to it, and you got to work at it. And again, I would go back and say, don't be afraid to fail.
I love how he just looks off at the end. It's great. This bozo, dude. It's his phone and his money. I hate people like that. I hate people like that so much. Hold on. Let's try one more time. Wow. Missing the moment, dude. Missing the moment. Did you guys see Kai Cenat's Streamer University started again? And it was a mess. It was chaos. I'm better than Kai Cenat. I'm calling people that aren't answering. I'm better than Kai Cenat. It's 110 degrees here. I'm sweating. Would the Cavs have beaten the Spurs? I don't know. All right, what else? I have one other topic, but I want to wait. I want to wait for this. What else are we talking about? If you had one chance, would you capture or just let it slip? What? Oh, yeah. It's a scary looking John Elway. Happy 70th birthday, Joe Montana. Now, look, I hate to say it. I'm fine with people saying Tom Brady's the GOAT. I'm fine with it. I don't want to say that. I understand why. What are you doing, bozo?
You're a bozo.
Why didn't you answer?
On Messenger, kids.
Messenger, yes. Call me.
I can't. My mom added a screen time thing.
Oh, okay. Never mind. You didn't tell me that.
I forgot to tell you.
Oh, all right. Well, I had a special guest, which was my niece, Brody Broads. She was gonna wear a hat, apparently, right?
Yeah, I was gonna wear a hat.
Yeah. But apparently she has a timer, so she can't use the phone after a certain time, which she did not tell me about.
Sorry.
All right, Broads, are we gonna go to Santa Cruz then?
Yes, we are.
Okay. And we've decided we're gonna try to plan a Disney World trip sometime, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you're a bozo.
And you stink.
And you're clumsy.
And you're lousy. And I'm young. And you're old.
I'm so young. It's stupid. I'm so much younger than you.
Oh, I don't think that's true. I think we're lying now.
No, we're not. We're not.
We are. We are.
All right, fart bug. Since you can't call in properly, I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay, I guess I have to log off.
Now, tell the people something special.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Okay. All right. I love you, kid.
I love you.
You're gross. You stink, but I love you regardless.
Hey, I love you, you grimy, stinky old man.
All right. Love you.
Love you.
Bye. All right. That's my niece, everybody. I hope you could hear it. I don't know if you could. It's 110 degrees and I'm sweating. What was the one song? You know what I'm saying? I'm sweating. Woo. We're just going to talk about people who root for teams outside of the area. Yes. Has to be Gabe. No, Gabe is not allowed on this live stream anymore. Gabe doesn't even watch the live stream. Why are you going to Disney World? Because I want to. I've never been. So I got to go at least once. Life is short, dude. Life is short. All right, before I get to the fans, I do want to say this is going to be a hot topic. This is going to be contentious, okay? So you have a problem with contentious topics, and skip this part. Okay? Canada stole the U.S. chant. They did. Okay? This guy. Landon Roop. Roop, there it is. Okay? Roop, there it is. Okay? He did this, right? Wrote the Bible verse on the pride hat. I think he's a bozo. I think he's a clown. And I just wish we could just love each other and be good to each other. And him doing that, the irony is him doing that is the reason they have a Pride Night. If people would just ignore it and just treat everyone the same, there would be no need for a Pride Night. We just go on about our business, right? Like I said, this is an inclusive channel, dude. Everyone is welcome. Gay, straight, trans, I don't care. I love everyone. I just don't like judgmental people. And this is being judgmental. And then not only that, but this is what he said.
Kind of what the verse says. The rainbow is a symbol of God's covenant to us, and us as believers stand firm in that. But it's not anything, it's like there's no hate at all. It's just what I stand for and what I stand in. I believe in God, and yeah, that's me.
To you. So this is my thing, dude. If you're gonna take a stance like that, don't be a coward. Just say I don't like gay people. I don't support them. Just say that instead of this dance like hiding behind the Bible. And I just hate how judgmental, bigoted people will just always hide behind the Bible. And it's like the Bible doesn't even say anything about homosexuality besides one line that has been translated and interpreted differently for thousands of years. Like, just leave people alone, dude. So one of our other bozos, this guy, I don't morally support it. I respect this more. I disagree with him. I think he's also a bigot, but at least he's not a coward also. But Landon Roop is just a coward oh well, it's just a thing about the rainbow and I believe in God and that's just what I stand on. Like, stop being a coward, dude. That's just what I believe in. Like, it's insecure men, dude. Hey, other men bang other men, dude, and other girls bang other girls, and who cares, dude? If it's two consenting adults, who cares, dude? Let people love whoever they want. Like, just, I'm so tired of this. I'm not gay. I don't have an investment in it. But I'm also just not insecure. I just don't care, man. I have one of these Giants pride hats. I was going to wear it, actually. I forgot to. I have one of these hats. I'm not gay. I don't care. It's just people. Just people that are different. I just can't stand. It's just so tiring, dude. I'm just so fatigued at this world being full of judgmental, hateful people. And then it's even more annoying when they're cowards about it and they throw a stone and hide their hands. Like, I really liked Landon Roop too, you know? But now I can't respect him. Can't respect him. Just leave gay people alone, dude. Just, who cares? Who cares? It's not an affront to your God. And that's that. Talk to my lawyers, dude. Talk to my lawyers, dude. Let people love who they want. Leave people alone. Stop being judgmental. Stop trying to force your religion on other people. That's that. Okay? And it's not a free speech thing either. Look, if he wrote a Bible verse on his hat every game of the year, whatever. But obviously you did it for a purpose, for a reason, and then you're too cowardly to just say why. Say that you're insecure and you've been brainwashed to believe these people are bad and evil. And yeah. So it's annoying, dude. It's annoying. This is an inclusive channel, folks. We don't hate people. We love everyone. Let people live and let live. They're not hurting anyone. Ignore it, dude. You don't have to like it. Just ignore it. Just stop being a little baby. And then don't be a coward about it when you do something or you say something. You make a stand. Make a stand if you're gonna make a stand. Anyways, dude. Gay people are welcome here. I don't have a problem with you. I don't care. Doesn't bother me at all. What else? I got some other stuff. And I saw someone have a really good point about it too, where it's like, you know, if the Giants organization is like, oh, it's free speech, everyone has a right to believe what they want, but then they're still profiting off Pride Night. I think that's cowardly too. And I think our owners suck. They're cowardly too. They're all cowards, dude. They're all bozos and cowards, dude. Okay? They're all bozos and cowards. Let's play devil's advocate. You said not to push your religion on it. Wouldn't pride hat still be pushing your sexuality? It's just an awareness hat, though. And the thing is, you don't. It's literally just people existing. Religion is a whole other thing. It's a whole nother Harry Potter book that you want people to like dedicate their life to. Pride is just like these people exist and that's it. I don't think it's not a belief system. I think that's the difference. It's to me, it's no different than having an Italian heritage night, Irish heritage night, or whatever. It's just people that exist, and that's it. And the thing is, I wouldn't even mind if they had like different religious nights or whatever. A Christian night, a Buddhist night, an Islam night, whatever. Like, I wouldn't even care. It wouldn't bother me. But he's inserting himself to be hateful and push his religion on people. Like, that to me is different. And the thing is, these athletes constantly are bringing up God and bringing up whatever, and that's fine. My issue isn't that he's bringing it up. My issue is that he's using it to take a shot at people. That's what bothers me. And that to me is pushing your religion because you're using it in a hateful way. And to me, that's the difference. I just wish people weren't so terrible to each other. Because he can be religious. He can wear a cross necklace. He can do all that. I don't have nothing to say. Another player could pray, whatever it is, twice a day towards the east because he's Muslim. I don't care, dude. Two players could be gay and bang each other in the locker room. I don't care, dude, as long as no one's getting hurt. Well, I might care about that because they might not perform as well on the field if they're focused on that. I don't care. Just don't hate other people. If it was Italian Heritage Night and someone started hating on Italians or bring up a Bible verse that is trying to say something about Italians, I'd be like, dude, that's messed up too. I guess the difference between those nights, the Italian Heritage Night does not come with players wearing an Italy hat, just giveaway and stuff around the ballpark. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind if there was no special hats, really. It's just like, dude, it's just literally people existing, though, They have a St. Patrick's Day hat in spring training. So couldn't they do the same with Pride Night? Just be a fan giveaway and stuff on the scoreboard? They could, but, teams want to put special hats out, and it's San Francisco, dude. It's been a place that has been huge in gay rights, and obviously there's a huge fan base. So I think it's smart of the Giants to do it. I just think it's cowardly to profit off it while also like supporting someone hating on them. It's just human beings trying to exist, Like I would not be upset if I was a player on the Giants and I had to wear I don't know, Mexico Pride Night hat or South African Pride Night hat or Korean Pride Night hat in Korean colors or whatever, dude. Super curly haired person night, and I have to wear a hat with little curly hair on the logo. And I'm like, dang, I got straight ugly hair. That to me is how big of a deal it is. It's nothing, dude. Like, just let people live. You don't have to like the hat, but you also don't have to like just be bigoted towards people. I have no care for religion and not homophobic. I just don't get why we need rainbow flags rubbing our faces. You're gay, cool. I'm not, also cool. I think the reason they need that is because of people like that. And to me, that's the irony of it. Because if it wasn't a big deal, we wouldn't need the pride thing. It would be like whatever. And the thing is, being gay or being whatever else fits under the umbrella LGBTQIA, whatever it's up to now, being under that umbrella is still a tiny percentage of the population. So it's always going to be a minority, which means they're always going to feel like they want to show pride. Because if you're already part of a minority, you're going to, if you're part of a D&D group, you're going to want to hang out with your D&D friends and have a get together. But it's just like, just normalize it, ignore it. Like, I don't even think about it. I have a pride hat because I just liked it. I thought it was cool. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll support. It's really that simple. And to like put a Bible verse, try to like hate on people, and hide behind the Bible, I think is just gross. To me, that's just gross that people try to use the Bible to be evil people. And yes, I do think that if you still try to point at people that are just trying to live their life and love the way they want to love, if you point at them and try to say they're going to burn in hell, yes, I think you're an evil person. I think you're a bad person for that. And it just sucks they're on my team, Does the pride hat? Nah, other teams do. I don't remember exactly who. I know LA does because one of the players wouldn't wear it. Clayton Kershaw wouldn't wear it. Just a bunch of big, dumb, white, privileged people. Rainbow flag just causes more drama than good. I see that point. But I don't think it should. I guess that would be the only thing I say. I don't think it should. I see rainbow flags. I'm in San Francisco. I go through the Castro. There's rainbow flags everywhere. I don't even notice. I don't even think about it. It's just like whatever. And I think that's how everybody should be. Like, okay. Dude, trans people, I don't get it. I don't understand whatsoever how that feels, what that's like. But I also just don't care. I want them to be happy just like I want everyone else to be happy. I want them to be respected and left alone just like everyone else wants to be respected and left alone. Like, it's that simple. They're just human beings and that's it. And so to try to get under their skin with a Bible verse or just show like, I don't support that. I don't morally support that. Like, all right, dude, you sound closeted to me. Anyways, I think he's a bozo. And pride folks, because I can't remember the whole acronym. You guys are good with me. I don't care about these idiots. What else? Oh, dude, I didn't save this, but I really wanted. Oh wait, I don't know. Like, I don't care at all. I just don't get why they need a whole month to run their faces of the different. It was more of a look at me thing than awareness. I mean, that just kind of seems like a judgment more than an actual thing. That's just your anecdotal kind of views on it. I've seen some stuff, like some of the stuff from pride parades or whatever is extremely annoying, but so was Knicks fans in a lot of these videos celebrating. Like, humans are annoying, and so to just like point out that, dude, I've seen some crazy videos of church outings, and it's so extremely annoying. Like, humans are annoying. There's gonna be annoying gay people. That's just, and yeah, part of me wishes it didn't have to be such a big deal, but I feel like situations like this shows why it is necessary. Anyways, enough of that. But look, I respect opinions as long as they're not hateful, That's my thing, and that's kind of like what it is. Like, you can disagree. But anyways, I would like there to be a woman sports fan for me to debate this about because I don't want it to just seem like I'm being like misogynistic or like taking shots. But I I think I think women sports fans get away with too much. I said it. I think they get away with too much, dude. I wish Gamer Girlfriend was here and could. I don't even know if she would debate me. She might understand what I'm saying because she's like a loyal sports fan. But I saw this girl on TikTok. She was wearing Valkyrie's gear. Okay, she had Valkyrie's jacket and jersey on, whatever. She was all geared up for a Valkyries game. And she was like, I'm going to the Valkyries. She said, I'm going to the Liberty game. I'm going to the New York Liberty and Valkyries game at Valhalla at Chase Center. I've been a lifelong Liberty fan because I guess she's from New York. I've been a lifelong Liberty fan, but you got to represent the home team. No, you don't. No, you don't, dude. You're doing it wrong. And you're ruining it, dude. Ah! And the girls get away with this stuff. You do not need to root for the home team. That's not how it works. And you're a Liberty fan and you're going to a Liberty game and you're wearing the opposing team's stuff just because you moved to that place recently? My lawyers will be in touch, folks. My lawyers will be in touch. That's not okay, dude. That is not okay. The amount of times I will just see, it's almost always women, okay? Now, there are some guys that do this, but I mostly see women, okay? They will be on vacation or on a trip to some other city that they're not from, and they will go to a ball game of some sort, and they will get a hat of that team, and they will wear that team's hat to the ball game. No! 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 Bad! Bad sports fan, dude. Saying you need to root for the home team is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Shows you don't know how sports works. That's what I'm saying, dude. And for some reason, girls, again, I'm sure it's not just girls, but it's mostly girls. They do it wrong and they weren't shown the right way, dude. 100% believe you rep your team, not the local team. Thank you. But Jenny, you're also a sports fan. You're not a casual. I'm down here living in LA. Can I still rep Bay teams no matter what? You can't do that, dude. You can't do that. And for some reason, girls get away with this constantly. I mean, girls I know, girls I don't know. I see that on social media. If they're in Chicago, suddenly they're at a Cubs game with a Cubs hat, just having their little drink, not even paying attention to the game. They're just there for the experience. I love that. I love that you just want to go experience and say you went and all that. But stop repping the team, dude. Stop going to New York and going to a Yankees game and wearing a Yankees hat. Go to a Yankees game, wear whatever your hometown team is, whatever your team is, or don't wear anything at all. Just go enjoy the stadium and go to a neutral game. That's fine, dude. But stop putting on the hat of that team unless you're actually a fan. Or there's some connection, something, dude. You're doing it wrong. And here's the thing. For many, how long has like professional organized sports been around? 150 years, I guess, ish. Something like that, as we know it today. For most of that time, women were not really involved. Women were not really part of it. Not only that, they weren't even welcomed. It was messed up, right? I love that women are more involved. I love that women are a part of sports. I love that women's sports is growing. I was big on Alyssa Nacken coming in, being the first coach. I love it, dude. I love it. Okay? But you can't just come into this and do it wrong. Okay? And this goes for anything other than sports too. Like people, if you're going to go into something that people are passionate about and dedicate their lives to and has been going on for a long time, learn it first and then go in. Okay? Don't go to Comic-Con and you don't watch Star Wars and then try to tell people what's the coolest Star Wars stuff or who had the best lightsaber. You know what I mean? And that just irritates me to no end. When I go to a game that does not involve one of my best teams, you just wear my USA World Baseball Classic hat. That's a good one, yeah. If I don't have a horse in the race, support the home local team. If I do, I'm taking my team every time. And here's the thing, shot symbol. I'm not saying don't support the home team. Like if I went to a Cubs game, if I went to Cubs Cardinals at Wrigley Field, there's a part of me that's like rooting for the Cubs. I want to see the home team win, and I want to enjoy the atmosphere. But I'm not going to go there and put on a Cubs hat and get Cubs gear and be like, oh, I'm just in town. I'm just popping in. No, dude. You got to take it more serious than that. You got to. Because here's the thing. Because, people will say like, it's just sports. Why do you take it so serious? Blah, blah, blah. Look, that is a way to look at it, but also it's more than that. It's more than that, dude. Okay? You're just wrong, actually. It's more than that. And there's rules to it. What I always say, dude, I've been saying in all these videos, what a team can do for a community, what it means to a community. You can't just have people walking in and out. And that's why I also hate player fans, especially it's mostly in the NBA. I don't like player fans. I think you're ruining sports. I said it. My lawyers are ready if anyone has an issue with that. Player fans ruin the NBA. Okay? Because you just get to walk in whichever room you want to walk in and just always be rooting for a good team. Right? Because you follow a superstar around. I mean, LeBron fans, you're the worst. You're the worst people on planet Earth. You have no integrity. You have no courage, dude. Because you can't sit with your hometown team as they struggle to make it to 500 through a long season with a whole bunch of nobodies. Okay? Instead, you take the coward's way out and you just root for a superstar because you know he's always going to be good. It's the same as being a bandwagon fan and just choosing a dominant dynasty team. It's the same thing when in the NBA you choose a superstar to follow around. Because like even if the team doesn't win, you don't care. You're not a fan of that team. But your player got buckets, right? Get out of here, dude. My lawyers will be in touch. When's your Chicago trip? August. NBA is a player-driven league. It's the players get more face time, but that doesn't excuse you from not following the rules. All I have left is to follow my players around. Okay, well that you're talking about your team got taken away. That's a different situation. That's a totally different situation. There's nothing you can, that's an outlier. If I went to a Cubs game, maybe buy a hat or a shirt as a souvenir. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I mean, because I buy pins and stuff. I went to a Padres game last year and I bought bought a keychain of the stadium and stuff. Like I don't mind the souvenirs. It's more of the just like pretending for a few hours that you're like part of it. That's what bothers me. Cause if I went to a game, I could see myself like, oh, that hat's really cool. I'm gonna buy that hat. But like, the girls will just act like they're part of the fan base, dude. And I can't believe the nerve of this girl to be like, I've been a Liberty fan since I was a little girl, but I gotta rep the Valkyries because it's the Valkyries game. Well, no, absolutely not, dude. And like I said, player fans ruin it too because like you're supposed to you're supposed to come together collectively as a community and as a fan base through the ups and the downs, through the bad seasons, right? Like all the Knicks fans, someone like Spike Lee, he saw the championship. What was it, 1970 or whatever? He saw that, and then he had to wait 53 years for another one. That's how you're supposed to do it, man. And that's why, if my team's not in it, I root for underdogs. I root for teams that haven't won it in a long time. I like to see that because I think every sports fan, besides Dodgers and Cowboys fans and Lakers fans, I think every sports fan besides those three and Yankees fans and Red Sox fans, I think they all deserve, and Rams fans, I think they all deserve to feel that joy and see a championship. I want every team, every fan base to experience that, except for Dodgers, Lakers, Cowboys, Rams, Yankees, Red Sox. Celtics. She doesn't want any drama, wants to blend in. You're making excuses. You're making excuses. Without someone's sports team through and through with like different players and buys their jersey. I don't care about that. I have a bunch of jerseys from other players. I'm a big Sean Kemp fan. So growing up, I had Sean Kemp stuff. But I didn't like rep it. Here's my thing. Oh, and when I was a kid, my two favorite players, it was Latrell Sprewell on the Warriors and Allen Iverson. So I was an Allen Iverson fan, so I'd be rooting for him. But I would never say I'm a Sixers fan. I would say, no, I'm a Warriors fan, but Allen Iverson's my favorite player. So if they're not playing the Warriors, I'm going to be rooting for Allen Iverson. I'm not saying you can't be a fan of another player or team. I'm just saying to be your team, you have to lock in and you can't change. Unless something crazy happens, like your team moves, something like that. Yeah, but otherwise you choose a team and that's your team forever and that's it. You don't get to pick and choose so that you're always a winner. That's crazy. You can have favorite players though. You just can't follow those players around and be a fan of that team. That's crazy. Alex Smith was my favorite player on the Niners. He went to the Chiefs. So I used to root for him on the Chiefs. I want to see them win with him. But I would never say I was a Chiefs fan. And then when the Chiefs played the 49ers, I'm rooting for the 49ers. It's not even a question. There's not even like that's it. I'm a 49ers fan for life unless they move. Unless they move or something crazy. I'm a 49er fan for life. I don't get a choice in the matter. I'm not just going to bounce around. Like, I'm a Warriors fan through and through. I have a bunch of Jersey players I like. Definitely don't want that team to win, especially against my team. Yeah, dude, I have a bunch of jerseys. I have all kinds of stuff. LeBron fans. Yeah, LeBron fans are the worst, dude. They're the worst. Only time I rooted for LeBron was the Heat 2012-20. You rooted for the Heatles? I'm not a fan of the Heat, but they were fun to watch. I mean, yeah, they were fun to watch, but they were the Heatles, dude. They were evil. They were evil, dude. But yeah, dude, I don't think that's cool. I think you got to choose your team and you can't just like bounce around and just show up to a game and pretend to be a fan. I don't think that's cool, man. I don't think it's cool. I was born with my teams, no choice, and I love it. 100%. I always say that. I think your teams are chosen. They're assigned to you. I mean, they're assigned to you. They're not chosen by you. My teams were assigned to me. I had no choice in the matter. I grew up, nobody in my family was really into basketball. I've told this story before. Nobody in my family was really that into basketball, so I had to discover basketball on my own. Baseball, football, yes. So Giants, 49ers. I was on the peninsula, just south of Candlestick Park. That was it. Basketball, nobody in my family was really into it, so I discovered it on my own, obviously because of Michael Jordan. He was the biggest thing on planet Earth. Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, two biggest things on planet Earth. But I was like, I've never been to Chicago. I'm not from Chicago. Why? I can't be a Bulls fan. So when I'm learning the NBA, I'm like, oh, the Golden State Warriors. That's the Bay's team. Okay. I'm a Warriors fan. I love Michael Jordan. He's what got me into basketball, but I'm not from Chicago. I'm a Warriors fan. And that's when I started learning Run TMC, all that. It was like right when Mitch Richmond was getting traded. It was right around then. And then from then on, I followed the Warriors. I watched the draft, dude. Chris Webber, dude. I remember when he got drafted. I was upset we didn't have Penny. I was upset the trade. But then I loved Webber. And he did the behind the back little dunk. You remember? He came through the paint, he put the ball behind his back and then dunked it. And it was all in from there. And we had Sprewell. And then Webber was gone. Sprewell took over. And I stuck it through. Allen Iverson was my favorite player at that time. I watched him at Georgetown. I was just, dude, that like mid 90s when I was a kid, that's when I had enough time to like focus on college hoops. So I was a big Allen Iverson fan. Kerry Kittles at Villanova, huge fan of. And the O'Bannon brothers at UCLA, Charles and Ed O'Bannon, big fan of them. So yeah, I followed them in college. Kerry Kittles went to the Nets. Allen Iverson went to the Sixers. But I loved them, but I was a Warriors fan. That's it. And I'm never going to go to a game where someone's playing the Warriors and I'm going to wear their jersey just because it's a hometown team. And if I go to a game that's not a Warriors game and the Warriors aren't playing, the only time I would wear gear for that team or whatever, if there was a special connection of some sort or something that really mattered to me. But I would never say I'm a fan. Ray Allen's clutch three. It gives you chills. It gives me nightmares. Only team I was born with was Chelsea. Yeah, shot simple. You're definitely like, it's a different case when you're like international or some people are born or some people are from like Idaho, which doesn't have professional teams, you know? So with that, the rules are a little different. So that's different, but it is always interesting that somehow all those fans that don't have a local team, or some of them do, the team they just happen to end up with is some dynasty. Yeah, of course, dude. Of course, dude. And they always have a reason. Oh, well, my uncle, he used to watch the games and it was always Lakers winning championships, so I became a Lakers fan. Yeah, I know, dude. Nobody stumbles on being a Washington Wizards fan, you know? You know what I mean? Nobody in Arizona is suddenly a Pacers fan. Oh, well, my uncle used to watch Pacers games. Yeah, we know. You know? What's up, Ruben? Signing to be my family. Is that's where they're from? It's before 05. Yeah, I feel that. Hey, bro, off topic, I just want to remind you that the work you do on your channel is important. Covering culture, history, importance of communities, what makes your work massively impactful. Thank you, man. That means a lot. Thank you. I think it was also because I was bitter the Spurs eliminated the Warriors. Yeah, for sure. I didn't like the Spurs either. Even if from stay with no team, at least you root for whoever your closest team is. I agree with that. So like most of the people in like Idaho would be like the Broncos, I think, is like closest. Broncos. If you're on the western part, you might be closer to like Blazers, something like that. Whatever it is, that's what I would do. I would measure it, be like, what's the closest team? You know? I don't know. Nuggets, I guess, would be close to Idaho, you know? Was tonight's stream sponsored by Quick Dog? Dude, I gotta go try Quick Dog. There's a new hot dog place right by Oracle Park called Quick Dog. They have a mascot. It's fun. It's fun, dude. How do you say that name? ICOZV2? I don't know if I'm saying that right. But I appreciate you. Dude, are you a Dodgers fan too? Oh! We got a Dodgers fan, folks. I do appreciate you saying that, and I do want you to know that all the trash I do talk about the Dodgers is because I love the rivalry, because I'm happy it exists. I'm happy that we get to trash talk each other. I enjoy it. I love Dodger Stadium. I appreciate Dodgers and their history, and I love hating them. And I think it should be the same the other way around. I think you should hate the Giants and have fun hating it in a fun way, like no fighting or anything. It's not personal. So I think it's cool that a Dodgers fan watches anything I do. I think that's awesome. And one of these days I will do whole series on the Dodgers. I want to do Giants-Dodgers game separately. I want to do a Dodger Stadium history video. I want to do all that. I'm just waiting for the Dodgers to not be as good because I don't want to cover them absolutely demolishing my team. He told the truth, didn't he? He told the truth. When you guys aren't so dominant, when you're having a down year, then I'll go do some videos. When I was in South Dakota, most people were Twins fans. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I like that. When I go to Seattle, I see a lot of Warriors jerseys. They still love the Sonics though. I could see them like picking up Warriors after, but it's still kind of bandwagony. I think they should be Blazers fans, Maybe consider bandwagon Warriors. Just hated basketball before. I mean, honestly, the rules are different for international fans, dude. So like, I don't have anything. You had no in to a team, so it makes sense that you see Steph Curry and you're like, oh yeah, this is great. It's getting me into basketball, whatever. And you hated LeBron. There you go. So yeah, that I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. And I'm not just saying that because you're here, because we've had disagreements before, like Ohtani. But I really think for international fans, it's a whole different ball game. It's kind of like me with like Premier League, because it's like I like Chelsea because of Drogba. Is that bandwagony? Because when I started paying attention, they were good. They were really good. But I'm not like a Chelsea fan. I decided not to really choose like a team like that, because I was just like, I have no connection and I really want a connection. But I like Chelsea for those years because of Drogba. So like, I think it's different for international fans. ICOZV2 is a super old gaming name of mine. Okay. My real name is Riley. What's up, Riley? Don't care if you hate the Dodgers or my Lakers. I hate the Lakers too. You're right. So I know what you're doing here is incredibly important. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Eventually I'll do some Lakers content too. But and I don't know, I've done a lot of LA videos, but I love LA. I love Dodgers games. I love all that. So I look forward to doing more, and I think it's dope that there's fans of all different teams in here. I mean, we got, I don't know if he's here today, like Rye Guy's always here. He's a Mariners fan, I think that's really dope. No, that's not bandwagon. Up the Chels. All right. All right. Few more things, dude. A few more things. Right? Because you guys know that I am the uninfluencer. Okay? I'm the uninfluencer. Did that just play the music like twice? Did that just kill everyone's eardrums? I apologize, dude. So I'm going to go in a little bit. First of all, we're going to talk about the A's. Okay? We're going to talk about the A's tonight. Speaking of LeBron, do you think he'll be a Warrior next season? I sure hope not. That would ruin everything. That would ruin everything. I never want to see LeBron with the Warriors jersey ever in my life. Quite literally named after Pat Riley. How cool. Lakers were my assigned team. Makes sense. Makes sense. Anyways, we're going to talk about the A's a little bit. Okay. They gave away these Vegas jerseys. But here's the thing, dude. I don't know. So I don't follow the A's, but you know the algorithm. I click on A's stuff, right? Because I'm messy. Okay. So I click on A's stuff. And so they keep showing me these. They keep doing posts where they're just showing the giveaways and they're showing fans coming in, receiving the giveaways. And so they gave away these Vegas jerseys. In they're doing a series or two in Vegas right now. And it's just these seem like paid actors to me. These don't seem like real fans. And I apologize if any of these real people see this, but I think they might be AI. But no, like this woman has a fresh hat, no other baseball gear, doesn't look like she's going to a baseball game at all. The guy has the giveaway jersey, right? This guy just wearing an Aeropostale shirt and a giveaway hat and a giveaway jersey. Okay. Ugly jersey. I will say for a giveaway though, it looks like it's stitched. That's pretty cool. But I mean, look at how terrible the lettering is. It's terrible, but I don't know. Two more fans. Now, this gentleman, I do apologize, but they have no A's gear on, first of all. They just have the giveaway stuff, right? This dude's arms all scraped up. I don't know if he fell on his custom chopper. I don't know what happened, but he's all scraped up. But he's wearing a Vegas Golden Knights hat. Now, here's my thing. You're at the very least in your 50s, if not in your 60s. That team has existed for 7 months, dude. That team is so young that you still, when they ask how old it is, you still say it in months. You know, like a toddler. That's how new that team is. And you're like 60 years old, dude. So where did you come from? And why are you not repping the team that was over there for the first 58 years of your life? That's already a red flag. Okay? Now, he's got a great smile. He looks like a nice guy. And I actually really like that Vegas Golden Knights hat. I literally just saw someone wearing that hat somewhere else. And I think the gray with like the gold, it looks really good. I love that hat. But, dude, you're a Vegas Golden Knights fan at 60 years old. And look, maybe he's from Vegas. If he's from Vegas, I take back everything I said. But I just feel like most people aren't from Vegas. But their skin and her arm tattoo does scream desert. So maybe they are from Vegas. Okay? So if that's the case, I take it back. But if he's not from Vegas, why are you a Golden Knights fan? Just because you moved to Vegas. Okay? This young lady's wearing a Sacramento A's shirt. Okay? This guy's wearing a Sacramento hat. These folks, not a single lick of athletic wear besides the giveaway. Okay? They're not even wearing green, because sometimes you'll see people, they're at least wearing green. Zero. Okay? Nothing to say about them, except that they're there. But here's my problem, dude. Oh, and this girl, this is a real girl, but she's using AI pictures. This is an AI picture. She's like a hairdresser. And she's real because she posts real clients, but she posts these AI pictures. This is not Sutter Health Field. And Sutter Health did not put up huge rainbow flags everywhere. This is an AI photo. So are these fans even real? What's going on here, dude? What is going on here? These fans are the reason we can never have nice things, and I'll explain why. Okay? Now this girl, we saw her. What's up, Dash? Now this girl says, "Thank you, John Fisher." This is, I forgot her name. I'll get it. She is a stadium foodie influencer. Her name is something like that, Stadium Foodie. So she's in Vegas for the Vegas series.
Okay, not to brag or anything, but last year during the AAA championship game versus the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, AAA affiliate of the Miami Marlins, I was upstairs in the suite area and I ran into John Fisher and I introduced myself to him. Well, just now I was in the team store, he was in the team store, and I pulled him to the side and I was going to introduce myself to him again, and he remembered who I was, and he's just so nice.
He remembered who he was.
And I cannot wait to see what happens in just less than 2 years once everything is situated here in Las Vegas. I'm so excited. And to be quite honest, I'm a Rangers fan. But I've been living here for 8 years and I'm just so excited for everything. And I get to see my team more often when they come. I'm just so excited.
Okay. Dude, someone's going to have to hit my music. Someone's going to have to let me hit my music in a moment. Because I am angry. I'm angry, dude. I have so much to say. So much to say. This girl lives in Vegas, but she's a Texas Rangers fan. She's lived in Vegas, what did she say, 7 years? So she's excited for Major League Baseball in Vegas. Now, I don't have a problem with that. People that are in Vegas and they want baseball in Vegas, I don't have a problem with that. I would want baseball too. My problem is the people that totally disregard anything that doesn't affect them. So thank you, John Fisher, because he was nice to you outside an elevator? Because everything he did to all the other fans, as terrible as he was, it didn't affect you. But because he was nice to you at a ballpark in a super casual passing moment, great, dude. Now here's the thing. Notice she's wearing a badge. She's wearing a badge. It says A's visitor. And that is why I am the uninfluencer. Cause I'm not gonna stand for it, dude. And that's why I don't get invited, I guess. But it's like this is why we can't have nice things in society, because people just accept stuff or look the other way or don't care if it doesn't affect them. Jenny, I would love for you to see this girl. It's just like, and and she has other videos where she's wearing A's gear. And it's like, you said you're a Texas Rangers fan. So why are you wearing A's gear, hyping up the team? You're not following the rules, dude. And you only care about growing on social media. And that's why I'm different, dude, because I don't. I love the Giants, and I always hope it'd be so cool if the Giants did something for me, or like invited me to any of their random influencer situations. But then I get on here and I called at least two of the players bigots. I say the owner's a bozo. And I say they were wrong for firing Rennell. Because I'm not like this, man. I'm not like this. This girl does not care that all these other fans are hurt. She only cares because she gets a major league team in her town that she can now try to do content at. That's all she cares about. This little pass right here.
Okay, not to brag.
So she's going to thank the bozo owner because it's in her benefit. Disregarding an entire region being hurt by that guy because he wanted to get a better return on his investment. Clown behavior, dude. Clown behavior. It's why we can't progress as a society, folks. People won't stand with each other. People won't stand with each other anymore. Or not anymore. They probably never did. Okay? But like, as a San Francisco Giants fan, I could have just ignored the whole A's situation. I could have been happy about it because, like, oh, now my team runs the Bay. And, I love the Bay Area. Right? But it's important you got to stand with the people, man. You got to stand with the people. But people like that, doesn't matter. People like that, it doesn't matter, dude. As long as they get theirs, they don't care. These people wearing Sacramento shirts, these are why we can't progress as society, because we don't stand together. This guy with the Sacramento hat, he doesn't understand how lame this hat is for what it represents. This represents a billionaire exploiting a city because it wanted to screw over another city so that it could exploit the taxpayers of a third city. It's just lame, dude. It's just lame. And I wish people could just not be so selfish and realize that some things are bigger than whatever you got going on in your media pass. Oh, thank you, John Fisher. Oh. Thank you because he was nice to you in passing? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. My lawyers will be in touch, dude. They're drafting up paperwork right now as we speak. You'll be served soon. Shortly. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. You know? I don't know, man. I don't know. What am I supposed to say? And I'm not perfect. I still go to games here and there. I still support these bozo billionaires by giving them my money, by going to games. But I'll stand on business when I need to. Here's the difference, dude. If I go to a Giants game and they're like, hey, we'll get you on the field. We'll get you on the field and you can go in the clubhouse and do a video. And you can take BP. But you have to shake Charles Johnson's hand and apologize to him and put it in your video. I'd be like, nope. Nope. Dude sucks. Dude sucks. I'm not doing it. And that's the difference between me and these other influencers. And that's why I am the uninfluencer. Done being mad about things while you're always complaining. Dude, I'm literally defending you right now, dude. But you don't join the live streams anymore to know that. So you get out of here, talk to my lawyers. Okay? These bozo influencers, dude. Just accepting whatever these billionaires do to other fans. And this guy, dude, Golden Knights did it right. Taxpayers didn't fund the arena. It was privately funded. They did it right, dude. Now you're holding the jersey of a man that would screw you guys over as soon as he needed to. This guy seems like a nice guy. This seems like a nice couple. They might be from Vegas. I gotta stop going in on them. It's just ridiculous, dude. And this girl doing these AI pictures in old Sacramento, representing Sacramento. John Fisher is taking advantage of you guys. He's taking advantage of the other bozo, Vivek, because Vivek and his stupid friends that don't know how to run a basketball team, they thought that let's just get the A's up here and then we can show we're a viable space for an MLB team and maybe the A's will end up staying or we'll get an expansion team. Wrong. It'll never happen. It'll never happen, dude. You think Sacramento's going to beat out all these other places that want a team? You think Sacramento's going to beat out Nashville? Salt Lake City? Portland? It's not, dude. It's not. Austin, Texas will get the third Texas team before Sacramento gets to keep a team. And these people doing AI pictures like this team's not just exploiting your whole city. Like, what is this dude representing? A team that won't exist and only existed for 3 years? This family doesn't even know what baseball is. Zero gear on. Jeans, flip-flops, and a polo shirt. This family seems nice, but they're still supporting just an absolute ridiculous organization. But I mean, they're all ridiculous. Okay, and this. Several MLB owners and executives think expansion in MLB doesn't make sense financially. One executive said, "Why would we want to subsidize 2 more small market teams? I don't understand it. The economics don't add up." I've been saying this. Expansion would suck for the MLB. And somehow Vivek thinks he'll get a team in Sacramento. Get out of here, bozo. Get out of here. But that girl just pissed me off the most. I have a media pass from the A's, so now I'm going to be super excited about the A's, and I'm a baseball fan, and I'm a Rangers fan, but I'm going to represent the A's because now I have an opportunity. No kind of integrity, dude. No kind of integrity. What kind of a fan are you, and you don't support other fans, dude? And that's LeBron fans in a nutshell. Why happened the A's in Oakland is such an emblematic representation of what's happening all over America. 100%. Billionaires manipulating taxpayers and exploiting culture. 100%. And it's not just the A. It's not just John Fisher. It's every owner. They all suck. So we need a better model. And look, I'm not perfect. I still go to games and stuff. I still support. I still buy stuff. But I've scaled it back. I've definitely scaled it back. But I'm going to keep the pressure on them on this itty bitty little channel that nobody pays attention to. I'm still going to do it because I have to move with integrity. Not like this girl. "Oh, John Fisher was so nice to me." Just ridiculous, dude. It's unbelievable. She made a video to thank John Fisher for being nice to her in a hallway. Because you know why she said that? No, she did that video because she thought it would help her with the A's. That's the only reason she did the video, dude. For the clout. For herself. And the 42 A's fans that are in Las Vegas, dude. Tired of it. tired of the bigots. I'm tired of the people who have they don't stand on business. They have no kind of integrity. They won't stand together. Dude, we have a Dodgers fan in here. If the Dodgers were going through this, I hate the Dodgers. I want them to fold. I want them to shut down. I want them to close up doors and nail it shut. But no, if the Dodgers were going through this situation that the A's were going for, I would go down to Dodger Stadium and I would stand with the fans. Because it's people over corporations, people over billionaires. We have the first trillionaire, and it's wrong. I said it. He's radical. The kid's radical, ain't he? I'm radical, dude. Talk to my lawyers. Dude, there's no such thing as a good pro sports owner, billionaire at this point. And we need better models. I don't think the Oakland Ballers or Roots model is perfect. I don't think the Green Bay Packers model is perfect. I don't think any of the Euro football team model is perfect, but it's much better than having people like John Fisher and Vivek running so many of these teams, dude. Danhausen cursed the Golden Knights. Well, I'm glad it worked. Definitely paid influencer. Yeah, 100%. I'm a hypocrite myself. Go to Dodgers Lakers games. Meanwhile, Mark Walter takes my money and uses it to invest in horrific companies that exploit humans. Exactly, dude. But there's only so much we can do, right? Because it's like, okay, what are you supposed to do? Keep yourself from something that makes you happy, which will almost not move anything at all. Right? So I think it's fine. You gotta, until all of us stand together, you still gotta enjoy yourself. And that's why I rant and rave the way I do, because I wanted to get to a point. Where we can all come together. But it's like things like COVID showed me that we're not gonna come together. And so that's why I get dark and I spiral, dude. And that's why I get more and more radical. We couldn't stand together during a worldwide pandemic. We can't stand together for nothing, dude. People are over here bootlicking a trillionaire. Thoughts on Elon Musk? I think he's a terrible, awful, no good, evil person. That's what I think. I don't think he's done anything meaningful besides be a showman. He's a showman. He's pretty good at that because he pretends to be a smart guy. He parrots what the engineers and the actual smart people tell him. He makes bold predictions confidently so people trust and believe him, even though most of everything he predicts doesn't happen or is a failure. You don't hear about Hyperloop anymore, do you? He's a charlatan. A lucky, lucky charlatan. I hate being late to the Sunday night live stream. Rip out Aldon. Yeah. Yeah, man, for sure. I talked about it at the top, so I'm not going to go over it again. But yeah, Aldon Smith, man. It's freaking devastating. But yeah, Elon Musk is a bozo too. They're all bozos, dude. They're just lucky bozos. None of these billionaires are better than any of us. They just were lucky. Where they were born, what situation they were born into. They were in the right rooms that most of us never will have the chance to ever be in. And that's it. I'm radical. Whole political divide during the pandemic was honestly worse than the actual pandemic. I agree. I agree with that. 100%. But I don't mean to attack these A's fans like directly, like personally. But it's just, to me, it's a perfect metaphor of why society won't progress, because people just have no integrity. If something doesn't affect them, they don't think it's a problem. That's like what I said about the pride stuff. It doesn't affect me. I'm not LGBTQIA plus whatever. I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong. I'm not that. It doesn't affect me. But I'm going to stand with people. I'm going to stand with people regardless. Dude, that's just how I am. You know? I told this story before. I'm not going to tell the whole story, but there was a transient couple outside of my job like 2 years ago. Outside of my job, he started assaulting her. I put my laptop down and I ran across the street and I chased them down the street and I stopped it. I intervened. I put him in his place, right? And I tried to get her away to safety. And one of my coworkers, he was just like, "Oh, you got to be careful though, because like you're on the clock, or you're at your job or whatever." And he didn't mean it in a bad way, but I looked at him and I was like, "You think that I could look myself in the eye in the mirror and be okay with myself if I watched a woman get assaulted and just stood there because I'm on the clock?" I couldn't live with myself. I can live with myself if I do the right thing and I got fired. It would suck. It would absolutely suck. But I cannot live my life knowing that someone needed help or I could help someone right there and I ignored it. That's not me, dude, and that's never going to be me. And that's the same thing with stuff like this, with fans, with terrible ownership, doing terrible things to them. It doesn't matter how serious. I'm going to stand with them. I'm going to stand with people who people want to use Bible verses to dehumanize and vilify. I'm going to stand with the people, dude. Always. I can't live with myself if I don't. You think I could watch a woman be assaulted on the street in front of me and then go home and just rest my eyes, dude? No. And it's the same thing when I see fans being hurt by a billionaire owner. I'm not just going to be like, yeah, well, it's not my team. My team won a championship or whatever. And look, Joe Lacob, when it comes to owners, he's pretty darn good, dude. But he's still someone I'm not going to trust or support. Just because we have it good. Warriors had, under Joe Lacob, we've had a dynasty, the greatest period of Warriors sports in history. And the Valkyries are off to a tremendous start. I don't care, dude. I don't like any of the owners. I don't like him. He might be a nice guy. By all accounts, he is a nice guy. But you don't become a billionaire without being terrible. It's impossible. Danhausen has won the NBA Finals and Stanley Cup Final. Cool. Hopefully, yeah. What are your thoughts on Danhausen getting a championship ring from the Knicks and Hurricanes? He should, yeah. Like, the world's in crisis. People cared more about Trump and crap. Yeah, I agree. What is with all the Danhausen talk? That's Gabe's favorite person. Makes me mad with the whole vax for anti-vax crap in 2021. Yeah, for sure. Gabe, are you drunk? Gabe's always drunk. Drunk on power. Drunk on power. Anyways, look. That girl, I don't like to be mean. You guys know that. But that was some clown behavior. What you're putting out because you want to be a stadium foodie influencer to just disregard how much hurt someone has made to shout out John Fisher. Oh! And then I love it when the chickens come home to roost, dude. And you see Mike Brown go win a championship with the finals, in the finals. De'Aaron Fox made the finals. Halliburton made the finals. And the common denominator is that bozo Vivek running a poverty franchise like the Kings. And this is not against the Kings or the Kings fans. This is about terrible ownership. Okay? Anyways, dude. Talk to my lawyers. Okay? I'm doing this I'm doing this forever, dude. Right? Not dropping out of the race. And here's another. This is to go back to an earlier topic. I forgot to bring this up. But here we go. Sydney Sweeney at the Yankees game, at the Knicks game, wearing some Knicks gear, rooting for the Knicks. I wanted to see, so I looked it up. She's from Spokane, Washington. She grew up on the West Coast. She went to LA. She's not from New York by any means. She should not be allowed to be at this game, being a Knicks fan, being at the finals. Shouldn't be allowed, dude. Shouldn't be allowed. You can go to the game. I would have loved to go to the game, but you can't just be like, oh, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm rocking Knicks gear. No, you didn't pay your dues. You weren't there for your whole life where they never got it done. You don't deserve to celebrate with the team. You don't deserve it. And that's why it pisses me off. You have to live and die by your team. You have to live and die by the community. You can't do this. Okay? You're not allowed. I won't allow it. I won't allow it, dude. What's his name from New York? Is that why? Scooter Braun? Is he from New York? Where's he from? Oh, he was born in New York City, so that's what it is. New York City, conservative Jewish parents. Emigrated to the U.S. from Hungary in 1956. Raised in Queens. Became a dentist, high school. They moved to Connecticut. He played basketball. Okay. So, Scooter Braun, that's a Knicks fan. I understand that's your guy. You're dating Scooter Braun. But that doesn't mean you don't just show up and get to enjoy, dude. And that was my issue with Taylor Swift. I get it. She's rooting for the Chiefs. She's with Travis. But it was too quick, dude. And she got a Super Bowl championship right after. You didn't pay your dues. And that irritates me. Now, Taylor Swift in that instance didn't really do anything wrong. Okay, that was her guy. She started rooting for him. I get it. It wasn't wrong on her part, but it was wrong on the football gods' part. They did that wrong. And then, I guess, okay, I was going to bring up Taylor Swift because she was at the Knicks game. I guess she's been a Knicks fan for a long time. She was at games 10 years ago. I'm going to look past that, okay? And Sister Athletics, or whatever you called her now, Game Day Sister, she told me that Taylor Swift is a real Knicks fan and she loves New York and she did an album about New York. Okay, it still annoys me, but okay. But Sydney Sweeney, you have no connection to New York. You're just making out with a guy that does. That doesn't give you the right to be able to celebrate at the NBA Finals. And that's the rules, dude. And that's the rules. Talk to my lawyers. You know? Talk to my lawyers, dude. This is Variety. We hate influencers on a site. That's right. Any 100K views and up, going down. Okay? And that has been the segment of uninfluencing because I am the uninfluencer. Okay? Gabe wishes so bad that he had entrance music, you know? He wishes so bad. Now let's end this on a positive note. This was, I don't even know, I forgot, ESPN or Sports Center, some entity, some organization did this. Okay? I forgot who posted this, but it might say ESPN. ESPN did this. So these are Carolina fans at the top level, okay? They're at the top level before the Stanley Cup final game. Hold on. I didn't have this sound on.
but I think there's a mistake with your seats.
I don't think so. These are our seats.
Well, I'm
There's been a
Omar
mistake
from
with your
ESPN. Since you guys are diehard Carolina fans, all the way at the top, hours before the game starts, I wanted to surprise you with these passes to meet the players before they come on the ice today. Would you guys be interested?
Yeah.
Would you want to come?
Yeah.
Let's go! Let's go!
Awesome.
Let's go! What do you think?
That was amazing. You were science.
Connor, by the way, I'm not sending you back to your old seats. I got tickets for you too.
Wait,
You guys want to come?
The way the dad's playing it off
Let's
almost
do it.
seems like
The
this
Canes
is
have a
set
little
up.
gift for you. Look behind you. Yeah! Every single player's signature.
How
What
cool
do you
is that?
think?
It's the best thing ever.
By the way, Connor, we're not done.
We're not?
You're going to meet your favorite player today.
Really?
I promise.
Oh, what? That's crazy.
Some home crowd tonight. How full is it?
Connor was sitting at the top of the arena today.
Oh, yeah?
We wanted to surprise him with his favorite player, who is you.
No way.
Yes.
Well, you got the wrong jersey on.
We're hoping that you can sign his jersey.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see when you scored your double and see winner.
Oh, hell yeah.
Cool.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Great game.
So I love to see this, man, and this is what I want more teams to do. I know I talked about this before when I talked about like I think we were watching something with like Steph Curry, and Steph Curry is so good with fans and he's always doing stuff with the fans, but I'm always like, yeah, but it's fans that are already sitting down low. They're already like courtside or like first section, like they're already privileged. And I always thought Steph Curry, if I was Steph Curry or someone like that, like I would go have some helpers, go grab some kids from the nosebleeds and bring them down, you know? So I just think it's super cool that this kid got that experience from the very last row. I mean, backs against the concrete, you know? And you know, and maybe I'm just sympathetic because I was a nosebleed kid, you know? I almost my whole life, and I didn't sit low until I was an adult, okay? My whole life was spent in the nosebleeds, okay? My back was to that candlestick concrete my whole childhood. I saw Hideo Nomo pitch at Candlestick Park. I couldn't even see him because I was too high up. All right, I saw Barry Bonds. He looked like an ant because I was back against the wall, down the freaking first baseline all the way at Candlestick Park. So to see this is awesome. I did actually no. I went to a Reds Giants game at Candlestick, and we actually did sit lower level, I think. I think that was the one time I sat lower level. And then my very first game, we sat in the bleachers in the outfield. But other than that, nosebleeds. Nosebleeds. You know? Won a contest for the 49er game where we got to sit in the end zone. Down under the scoreboard at Candlestick. That was because it was a contest. We won. But yeah, so this is cool to see, you know. Asked me out for Taylor Swift. Whole narrative was pro Swift. Yeah, it was annoying. Another one was contrived industry plan relationships to make public appearance for the Hollywood occult. It's very clear we were not going to win the Super Bowl and come all about Taylor Swift. Ah, it hurts. It still hurts. Still hurts, dude. But yeah, this was cool to see. And shout out to that kid, man. What an experience, huh? What an experience. And if any teams out there that I didn't trash today. Oh, here, I'll say this. I love most of the organizations and the people who work in the organizations. I think a lot of the social media people and the front office people and all those outreach people, they do tremendous work. It's just the people at the top that suck. Right? Oh, do you guys know who G-Fed is on TikTok? If you don't know who he is, he got really big on TikTok. He would go to a game, random sporting events at different stadiums, and he would see how long he could stay in the stadium after the game ended. So he'd keep a timer, and he'd basically try to stay in the stadium as long as possible. He would try to kind of avoid security. Now, he wouldn't hide. That was his rule. He's like, I'm not going to hide. I'm just going to wander around or whatever. Chill. I'm going to chill out. I'm not going to like hide in a bathroom or anything like that. So he did this series, and he started blowing up on TikTok. Eventually, some teams got upset with him. And he started being escorted out and things like that. So he's banned from a few stadiums now. He got banned from Yankees game recently, like last week. And then he was outside of the NBA Finals at Madison Square Garden. He was served with papers saying, if you return, you'll be trespassed. You are banned from Madison Square Garden's properties. And it's funny because he's kind of acting like he doesn't understand why, but it's like, dude, you're banned from multiple places. Like, it's not a coincidence. And then a lot of people are defending him. And here's my thing. You guys know I've ragged on security and stuff. I think they go overboard. They irritate me to no end most of the time. But at the same time, it's like accountability, dude. Like, you're going around, you're skirting their security. And you're posting it online. Of course they're not going to be happy about it. And then he got banned from like NFL stadiums. I think like the whole NFL, he got banned because he went to the NFL draft and like snuck in behind the scenes. And it's like, dude, like him and some of his fans are basically like, well, I didn't break in. I just walked in. And it's like, yeah, but you're still doing something you know is wrong for the content. They don't want that. And then when you get banned, you show the whole situation and you show all the paperwork. They're not going to be happy about that either. And it's like when I've done like abandoned places like Arco Arena, I knew there was a chance that I could get in trouble for that. That someone from the NBA could see that and ban me from Kings games or whatever after that. So that's why I did it in a very particular way. I didn't show anything about getting in, how we got in, anything like that. I didn't break anything. I didn't do anything other than show up and talk about the history and enjoy it. And then I didn't post a single thing. I didn't post a single picture, a single second of video until demolition was underway so that there wouldn't be copycats. But even then, I knew. I was like, look, there's a chance that this could blow back on me. And if it did, I wouldn't be making excuses. Well, I didn't do that. It's not even an active arena. I knew the consequences. This dude and his fans don't really understand the consequences. And I'm not saying that to be on the side of the teams or the organizations or the security. I'm just saying it just is what it is, bro. Like, you should have known that could happen. Some of these people are overzealous. And you're trying to kind of taking your content too far because you know it gets you somewhere. You know? I liked his videos, but also don't act surprised that teams don't. Exactly. Yeah, like I didn't watch all his videos, but I watched plenty of them. And yeah, it was entertaining. But like, you have to understand what could happen. And you have to understand that these organizations are not going to be happy about you purposely trying to avoid their directives, which is it's time to exit the stadium. And then also you showing their employees serving you paperwork and like, you know, they're not going to be happy about that. You have to understand that, like right or wrong, whether they're right or they're wrong, they're not going to be happy about that. And take a shower. I did take a shower. Maybe that's why they liked it, because I kept it clean. But like, you have to understand that there can be consequences, and don't just. The one person, I read a comment on his TikTok because I was watching. So he got banned from Yankees, Madison Square Garden, like in the span of a week. Then he went to a Marlins game. They let him in, but there was only about 40 people there, so they needed at least another seat filled. But someone in his comment was like, "Oh, well, it's the security's job to clear the stadium. If they're not doing a good job, then that's the security's fault." That is the dumbest, most smooth brain take I've ever heard. That's like saying like murder is fine as long as the detective doesn't figure it out. You know? Well, yeah, I murdered that person, but it was the detective didn't figure it out, dude. I left clues. You know? I'm going to steal. I stole something and they didn't figure out it was me, so it's all good. They should have done a better job at tracking down their lost property. That's such a stupid take. And I hate when people are this dumb that it makes me, the radical, defend organizations and security. You know? It's just stupid. So I don't know what's going to happen with that guy. But he keeps trying to say, I cleaned up my content. I don't do that stuff anymore. But it's like, dude, you kind of still do, though. You still tiptoe on the line. You still go a little too far. You know? So you got to understand that. And I understand why you're doing it. I understand why you want to do it. But you got to understand not everybody, especially a $1 billion corporation, is going to be down with it. Whether they're right or they're wrong. That's it. But the Madison Square Garden one, he was outside of the barriers when Trump was there. So he's outside of the barrier. And there was like a Secret Service guy like looking at him, and he like asked like, do you need something? Like, dude, you're going around doing that and you wonder why they're not thrilled with you being there. And he's like, other teams worked with me. Like, I did videos with a couple of these teams. It's like, dude, different people are different, you know? You got to understand that. You can't complain about it later. You should have known what goes into it. And that's my whole thing, you know? That's my whole thing. But yeah, man. I appreciate you guys. These influencers suck. I'm better than Kai Cenat. Streamer University is stupid. I am thirsty. I am hot. I'm hungry, but I shouldn't eat again today. But I'm so hungry. But I shouldn't eat. But I'm hungry. But I shouldn't eat. But I'm darn hungry, dude. Darn hungry. I have spent the last few days when I'm not at work working on a new website for something I'm working on. And I keep teasing it every week, but it's getting closer and closer to fruition. I got some fun stuff coming that I'm very excited about. Since this channel's a failure, hopefully this won't be a failure. For the first time in my life, I'm going to be very focused and very dedicated to make this work. I'm not going to be as stubborn as I was before. Because I am dying, okay? I work a very stressful job that doesn't need to be so stressful, but it is. And I do this for hours and hours and hours on end every day. Right? Like, something has to give. Something has to give. Don't have your whole content about being a rebel and then act all innocent after. Be a rebel all the way through. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And it's funny. Sometimes he does. Sometimes he's like, oh yeah, I don't regret anything or whatever. But then other times he's like, I don't understand because I changed my content. It's like, dude, you literally just put out a video seeing how long you could stay in the no-go zone outside MSG because the president was coming. You're still doing it, dude. It's like, I don't know. That dude seems like a weirdo anyways to me, to be honest. And I think that was some of his appeal because he talks kind of funny. He talks weird. Which I thought was just like a gimmick or a bit, but I think he's just weird like that. But then what was also interesting was when the Madison Square Garden people were serving him with the trespassing paperwork, he looked really scared. And I was like, dude, you seem to stand up for this constantly. You seem kind of scared now. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading into it. But anyways, whatever. I'm working really hard on these other projects, and I just can't wait to show you guys, and that's about it. Okay. I got, actually, speaking of Vegas, I got a whole bunch of Vegas videos that I'm editing right now. Vegas history and things like that. I'm going to, I should be at a Giants game soon and a San Jose Giants game soon with a special guest that may or may not be right where my finger is. I want to go to a Valkyries game. I don't know when I can. Your boy's hurting. He's dying, folks. He could be a code switcher. Maybe. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for letting me rant and rave. Rest in peace, Aldon Smith and Oliver Tree. Both have me pretty sad. Yeah, both have me pretty sad. Vivek's a bozo, dude. John Fisher's a bozo. Mike Brown is a great coach. Spurs coach absolutely sucks. I forgot to say that earlier. Just no coaching. Just they coasted on just nothing but talent, which doesn't get you over the hump. All the super teams that failed should show you that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. One love. I had the hiccups right now. One love, dude. Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things cool kids do. Something other tours now. Variety, Vertlife. This new era hat sucks. I'll give it away to someone who wants it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. And I think I have some cool show and tell stuff for next week too. So that should be fun. Have a good week, Mark. I might go get food. Darn it, dude. Darn it. I can't. I already ate too much today. I can't, dude. I'm going to gain all the weight back. We'll figure it out. Love you. Vertlife.